What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're stumbling across this video without ever seeing any of my other content. If you are new to this channel, I am primarily a Marvel Contest of Champions content creator, and very rarely do I dip into other games, but I figured because I still have access to this very unique game, I might as well make a video revisiting it because I was an active player of this game when it was still officially available for download. So this is a game that was shut down a handful of years ago. I believe sometime in either the late 2019s or 2010s or early 2020s. This game was shut down, but I never deleted the game, and so I still have access to playing it offline. This is Spider-Man Unlimited. Now, obviously, there is the animated series Spider-Man Unlimited that you're probably very familiar with. But this was a mobile game, sort of kind of inspired by Spider-Man Unlimited, but not necessarily. The whole premise was it's a multiverse Spider-Man game where you collect a bunch of different versions and variants of Spider-Man and Spider-Man adjacent characters. So you ranging from Agent Venom all the way to Red 9, who I have no idea who this character is. The array of characters here, Mac Gargan, Inkling. There are some very recent characters, some very new characters: Spider Hercules, Prodigy, Zombie Venom, Riot, Big Time Spider-Man. So many different characters. Literally hundreds of Spider-Verse characters. It would take me hours to go through every single character. But I just wanted to show off that this game existed at one point, and it was pretty cool. Now, obviously, it was a mobile gacha game. It was free to play, but it was very much like gacha inspired, wanting you to make those in-app purchases to collect new characters. But there were also these arenas and these events that you could score points in to earn the characters for free. And the whole recruitment system with like opening portals was a really fun and exciting way to like get new characters, and the animation was really cool. Let me see if I can just like open one here to see if I have resources to see if it even still works. It might not work, honestly. It might not. It might not work. I don't know if the servers are still going to allow for it. Yeah, I'm clicking on it right now, and it just doesn't work, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. The main part of this game is the gameplay. So there was this story mode, all these issues where you'd fight against the Sinister Six, and then there were events that would happen on a weekly and monthly basis that you could compete in to earn resources, to earn characters, the whole nine yards. So I'm going to use Superior Venom here, who was my favorite character when I played this game. There's a whole narrative as well with the whole game and like how the gameplay worked. You use these bonuses at the start of a fight, and it's a free runner, so it's kind of like a temple run or like a Subway Surfer. So the whole premise of the game is it's an infinite runner. You collect these resources, and you want to score as many points as you can to either progress through the story, complete certain objectives, or get as high of a score as you possibly can to earn characters. There's ways to build up points with these things called near misses, where you dodge an object right before it would hit you, and then of course hitting enemies or hitting objects builds up your combo. You can jump, you can slide, you can dodge side to side, and then there are boss fights where you'll see how you actually fight the bosses. You send these shields to them, and that's how you take their health out over time. And you can see in the top left-hand corner, there's a little portal. Oop, almost exited the game for a second. There's a little portal that is a timer, essentially. So if you run out of time, you won't actually be able to defeat the boss, and they'll escape from that portal that is running directly parallel to their health bar. But as long as you're staying on top of it, you're hitting as many of these shields as possible. It's pretty much impossible to like fail a boss battle. You would have to intentionally be missing the shields to fail a boss battle, because they literally get placed in your perfect vantage point. Basically anywhere you go, anywhere you move, there's a shield. And then once you defeat the boss, you just tap the screen a lot to build up your combo, and there you go. The boss is defeated, and now the enemies start spawning more and more. You start moving faster. It's more so just the enemies and the objects are spawning in faster. You're not necessarily moving faster. At least that's how I understand it. The game around you is just moving faster. You, as a character, are not necessarily moving faster. There's these really cool sections where you actually move your phone or tablet to wall crawl. So you can see I'm moving my phone right now to like avoid these falling objects and falling debris. This game was super interactive. I mean, even for an infinite running game, the amount of different ways of gameplay that existed within the confines of the mobile and tablet game, it was pretty incredible. This is another section where you're falling and you're using your phone to control how you fall and to collect all these resources, keep your combo going, and then hopefully I get to show you a web swinging area of the game as well, because that's sort of like the last final piece of new gameplay. There's also these things, as you can see, they fall really fast, these green objects where the game will slow down and you have like a chance to perfectly time a dodge and get out of the way. So I'm looking for an opportunity to do some web swinging. Doesn't look like I'm going to get it right now, but I'm going to get teleported into, I think, a big ship here. Yeah, and so I'm going to be able to run up this ship. And now I'm in a different area, a different platform, totally different environment, and yeah, it's pretty unique, man. It is pretty unique. There is a decent soundtrack to this game, but I don't think it actually works anymore now that the game doesn't technically exist. Like, the servers are not online, but you can still play the game offline if you never deleted it, which I never deleted it, so you can still technically play offline. And as you can see, it gets more challenging over time to maintain your combo, maintain your run. I'm trying to maintain my combo here. It looks like I'm about to lose it because I do not have anything to hit. I'm just sort of just trying to stay alive at this point so I don't lose the run here. Now I'm going back down into the city and hopefully into a web swinging area. But again, here's another section where you're using the phone to control how you move. For a mobile infinite running game, this was unique. This stood out from the crowd, you know, from the Subway Surfer, from the Temple Run. It really stood out as, wow, this is a super unique experience. Here we go. So now, probably the most fun part is the web swinging. There are these certain sections where you can actually swing webs to avoid objects, to avoid characters, to keep up your combo, to progress in the actual like environment. Oh, there I go. Okay, that's no big deal. I'm gonna use a revive here so I can keep showing the web swinging. I can't buy these ISO crystals anymore. Oh, well, it looks like I can't use the revive. Looks like the game is soft locked because the revive system doesn't seem to be working anymore. So I will restart my phone now so I can get back into the fight and hopefully show you another web swinging area. But yeah, because the game doesn't technically exist anymore, it's hard to show off certain things because it sort of soft locks and you have to reset the whole game to get back to certain areas. So hopefully I can show you another web swinging area very soon here. But this is more or less the premise of the game. It was an infinite runner with multiverse-based Spider-Man characters and Spider-Man adjacent characters that really pushed the limit of what an infinite runner could be. It was substantially different from all other infinite runner counterparts, you know, like the temple runs, like the even something like a minion run, I think, that existed back in the day, which might still exist. It was so different. It was so vastly different. And you add the web swinging, the wall crawling. It really made for an enticing experience, and it really engrossed the player and makes them feel like a Spider-Man character or a Spider-Man adjacent character. I mean, there was even access to characters like Nick Fury and Silver Sable, who, you know, are not Spider-Man characters. They don't have Spider-Man powers, but because they're in this game, they can wall crawl, they can web swing. So you just have to suspend the disbelief a little bit. So if you want to play a character like Nick Fury, you can still play them in this game. It's crazy how many characters are in this game, how many super off-kilter and unique Spider-Man characters are in this game. I mean, you saw Red 9 earlier, and a character like Prodigy, who is just such a unique and non-modern character in the Spider-Man canon. It truly is something. Like, this game, I remember years and years ago, this was like the first mobile game I ever played. It's such a fascinating thing to look back on because even in today's standards for mobile games in 2025, this game still looks pretty good. Like, it definitely holds up. It's not a masterpiece, you know, it's definitely not the best looking free run mobile game ever conceived, but for the time and for being sort of stuck in time in perpetuity now, for people who never deleted the game, they can just keep playing it. It's sort of frozen in this state of this is how the game was when it ended. It still looks great. I mean, the character models look great. The animations of the the gameplay, the running, the swinging, all of that still looks really solid. Nothing inherently looks bad in this game, and I really like that. I mean, the quality has always been fairly high. The character models have always looked good, and they only got better over time. Superior Venom is actually one of the older character models, and still looks great. Okay, finally another web swinging section. Oh no, this is a train section. No web swinging just yet. Don't worry. We'll end the video with some web swinging. I promise you. I'm not going to let this video finish without at least one decent web swinging section because you guys definitely deserve to see what that looks like. And I might just cut to a point where I get to another web swinging section if I don't get to one soon here. Okay, this should be, yeah, perfect. So here's another one. And again, you can just avoid the enemies or you can attack the enemies. Whatever you want to do, however you want to play it, you can absolutely play it. Going into the Oscorp Labs here. Here's another brand new section of the game. Again, it just always changes, always moving, always evolving. It really is just the best rendition of a free-run mobile game I've ever played. And it does make me sad that it's not here anymore and it's not actively being developed because I do think that it would still be a hit. I'm not sure what exactly caused the fall of the game, aside from, probably not being profitable anymore. But honestly, I can't see why it wasn't profitable. The game, I understand how free running can be sort of a monotonous one-trick pony, but with all of the new events they were introducing and the new ways you could gain the characters outside of just having to spend money to gain all of them, it did feel like it could have gone for much longer of a time period. Alright, here we go. Finally, a perfect shot to end the game on. Here's some actual, avoiding of obstacles with the web swinging. It's just such a cool experience to actually swing webs and feel like a Spider-Man character. And that game really bolstered that. It really introduced that, and it makes you feel like you are in the game, you are in the moment, you are Spider-Man essentially. This game makes you feel like that to a substantial degree. So that's all I have for this little showcase of Spider-Man Unlimited. I'm not going to fight this additional boss here. I'll pause and I'll go to the character screen. So that's all I have to show for Spider-Man Unlimited as a game. I wish this game was still being actively developed because maybe I wouldn't be playing it super hardcore, but I would absolutely still be playing it as a casual player, checking out on the new events, on the new characters. It would be pretty cool if this game made a comeback, made a resurgence, but it's been gone for a long time now, and I doubt that Gameloft or whoever picks up the rights to Spider-Man games in the future has any interest in reviving this game, because it's been gone for a while. But let me know your thoughts down below on Spider-Man Unlimited, if you played the game, if you had any experience with it, if you knew what it was. And yeah, I don't think I'll make any content on this game going forward because it doesn't technically exist anymore, but I figured because I still had access to it, it made sense to just check it out for old time's sake. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and also hit that like button. Both of those things are incredibly helpful and pushes the algorithm further that my channel is making content people are enjoying. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.